What can you tell me about the role of music in the artist in this excerpt that we just watched? Raise your hand if you want to share something.
I think music is really important as the action and the film, because if there's no music, that film would have been just people like making funny face and acting weird.
Why can we say that music was like spoken language in this film?
Because when you use music, you sometimes it feels like you're talking, and you don't necessarily need words to describe a lot of things in movies.
And also, when you choose the good music, actually express what you want to say, like your feelings about something.
Because in this movie there was no sounds, so maybe the music could like be the role of the sound, so it could be more like not boring.
How did the director of this movie create tension with the music? Who could explain that?
So I think some of the music is louder, and like all of the instruments changes to a very mysterious music, and I think that will grab the audience attention, and to make like to hook audience heart.
So I think the director used sound effects, and which like not really using that. They didn't record that sound effect, but they made a similar sound with music and instruments, and the tempos and melody kind of changed every time when there's a different emotion or mood.
And about body language, why is body language and gesture such an important thing in movies like The Artist?
Because you didn't have a voice, so there's no other way to express it besides music. So body language can help identify what's going on and how you feel at a certain part.
And also, we take actions to express the emotion that they're acting, because they can't really talk except music. They are just like maybe acting.
What was special about the body language and the gestures of the actors that participated in The Artist, the movie?
Like in the movie there was no sound, so they had to like use like those exaggerations and the body languages. So they had to do like more like powerful, like on more powerful stuff on those movies, because there is no sounds, so the people who watch this could like understand.
The actors had to make like obvious action when they had, because there's no noise, there's no words, you can't speak, so with the music you can only show with your body language, which there isn't really a lot of limits. When there's words, like you can only speak, so it doesn't really help.
Like this film, The Artist, there's no sounds, so like I think the music and the facial expression, the body language is the center of this movie, because body language, it helps to clarify what is happening and what's the big center message.
I think that it is quite important, and because like the body language and gestures, it has to be like clearly, and then they compare the music because the actors cannot talk, so they have to use music and body language to let the audience understand.
Now, were you able to understand what was going on in the film, despite the fact that nobody was speaking? We were only seeing what they were doing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What helped you? What helped you understand? What did you rely on?
So first the kind of music sounds, I mean the background sounds actually help me to know what is actually happening. And also another part of the words that happen that they write on the screen to help me a little bit too. Especially the actor actually did many jobs to let us speak very much without any sound, except of background music, of course.
I knew it because I relied on my knowledge and the film, like the video. First, the color was black and white, which I thought when it's that color, like the audio is not really good. So there might be no music, and also when the film started, the actor didn't say anything. Like he was only moving his mouth.
Okay. Were you able to read lips?
Yes.
And also, I rely on the actor's facial expression to know what the actor's feels like, what is the actor's feeling, and his body language to know that what do the actor want to do.
Wait, even if there was no sound, in the movie they had like these movements like what they meant and the gestures that they showed us, so we could know what they were like doing.
Well, I can understand very clearly because their body language is very clearly, and the music, sometimes the rhythm and the pitch like changes, and to show different kind of moods, like sometimes it is happy, sometimes it is like mysterious, and also the like the actors, they also had a lot of facial expression, and their body language, like sometimes they're frowning or some middle fingers to show like angry.
During the clip, I mostly had to rely on the sense of the background and what's happening. Some of it was confusing, so if that didn't work, then I would basically rely on the music. And even though there weren't sound effects, the music and then the scenes made it easy to understand.
And the last question. Right now, it's easy to film a movie anywhere, because we have drones and cameras that move very fast. In the past, what did directors need to think about in terms of space and the locations of their movies? Because there was no voice, there was no way to use words. So how did directors choose, or what did they have to think about when making a choice about where they had to film?
They probably had to film in a place where the audience would quickly get what's going on. So, like, if they wanted to do a scene where it was, like, for instance, in the start of the movie, he was captured by, I'm not sure, but it looked kind of like government or something. So they would probably do it in, like, a lab sort of area where he was captured, so it can give the audience a momentum and feeling of what's happening.
I think there wasn't really limits to where they could film because you won't need to worry about sounds. Like right now when we film outside, we don't really film outside, we use green screens and those stuff, so we mostly do it indoor, which is easier, but when you like that time you weren't able to do that, so there's no limit, you can go anywhere. and there's no voice, so you just need to film the video.
How do you think?
Wait, can I just add something? And also that time instead of green screen, they used real drawings to do the background.
So the last question is about how we experience this film. So all of us here in this classroom are able to hear and view. So we have, let's say, a fuller idea of what's going on. How did the hearing impaired experience this movie differently in comparison to us?
I don't think there will be a lot of I don't think there will be a lot of difference because this whole movie you won't talk, you can only hear the music and you can only watch the video. So even without the video, the music, I think you would know what the actor is trying to do and like what's he trying to say, even when he's not saying anything.
The only thing they wouldn't experience from us would possibly be the music that they used. So they would still probably get a good basic idea of what's going on in the movie, but it would be harder for them to feel like how it's working and then everything because they can't hear.
How would hearing impaired people experience tension in a movie?
Maybe the words that comes out every time, like every 1 or 2 minutes, because that's the only thing they could really see. Like they can't really use other sense to understand this movie.
Right, thank you.